afternoon. This is Neil Simple Futures, and this is the free market update for Monday, April 17th, expiration week. Remember, VIX expirations Wednesday, and then OPEX ending a 5-week cycle from March OPEX into this April OPEX is this Friday. And so what you see on screen is some volume profile of the last few days, as well as last week, by the way. This to the far left over here in the tan color is last week. Last week's ending balance or point of control is about 40, you call it 45, which is really where a lot of us had in mind maybe trying to buy it today, but it never really traded there. Would still be in a very interesting place to see support on some pullback. But what we'll have to do is be able to first, get back below today's balance, which was more in the 55 area. So 55 is tier 1 support in the ES, by the way, not SPX. This is ES. Okay. And then 45 would be tier 2 and actually preferred, but we'll see how that goes. But that would be support for then higher. So let's switch screens now for you and get those targets. Now what we're looking at is an initial balance, and that is the measure of each individual day. Anything in the yellow, this is one day right there. That's Wednesday last week, and then Thursday, then Friday, and then today Monday. So you can see 4 days worth of trade on this screen. So this is important because today's day type is what's called a neutral extreme. It's standard market terminology for market profile people. And the way we measure this is the fact that today's price action first traded below the initial balance, reversed at the extension, by the way, and then traded through the top and then ended at its extreme on the top at its extension, by the way. These are measured moves. If you want to learn how to do that, come visit us in the trade room. We look at this chart literally, I think, every day, and use these levels. Look at these levels for targets. I mean, this was the low here on what was that last Wednesday was the extension. It's kind of crazy, uncanny, really. This was Friday. The extension happened to be not perfect, but real close to the low there. Low for the closing swing, then up today. The lows were at the extension and then ends. But the important thing about this is that today, first trading through the bottom of the initial balance and then through the top and then ending on an extreme makes today's day type a neutral day type, but neutral extreme ending at the extreme on the top side implies follow through. What I'm getting at is this is bullish. So I'm not looking for a lot more, but I am looking for a little more. And let's see if we can define that. We would anticipate follow through tonight through the upside. Ideally, we get a little pullback tomorrow. We buy the pullback, tier 1 and 2 support that I've just offered you, and look for follow through to the upside targets tomorrow and Wednesday into that VIX expiration. And I'm kind of done with it at that point. I'll, let the price action dictate obviously what it wants to do, but what I'm getting at is the VIX is very, very, very low. Vol is well supplied. VIX is super cheap. This is getting a little long in the tooth. We've been really basically long since the March expiration, which is 5 weeks ago. The Dow just last week finished its 4th consecutive week of gains. The NASDAQ and the S&P are 4 for the last 5 in gains. It's a few weeks ago, we were at the open, the year open. We're now ending, as of last Friday, the NASDAQ year-to-date's up 16.7%. The S&Ps were up 8.2%. And we're, it's getting a little rich up here. The air's getting a little thin. So I'm going to, be soon, I will tell you soon, looking for a pullback of, from here, what would it be? 100.5, almost 200 points back into like 40 quarter to close up those gaps and fill up that, that weak structure below. But for right now, it's bullish, and we'll keep doing what it's doing for now. And so those targets on the top are going to be 42.04. These are measured moves, and 42.19. Those are your bull targets on the top. Those are until I get to see you again on Wednesday. You've got tier 1, 2 support on pullback, with day type being bullish, looking for follow through. So we want to buy a pullback, and then you've got the targets on the top. That ought to get us into Wednesday, at which point don't be surprised to hear me say it's time to really tighten up and start to be a little cautious, as the rest of the world seems to be a little euphemistic and a little overly excited about the uptick that we're currently experiencing. So that's what I've got for you for tonight. Look forward to being with you again midweek. And until then, wish you good trading. Good night.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me